Welcome people back to my next episode of the Warhammer Total War, and this is going to be a sort of a speed ahead because I had a bit of a mistake with the microphone in my last campaign, turn I should say. So I played a little bit more, but at the moment I'm going at war with our dwarf friends over here. So we have Khazad-dûr the Dragon Slayer as their legendary lord for this faction, and we're doing an underground battle. They have a lot more ranged attacks, so all the ones with the bow symbols, the thunderers, obviously rifles, and lots of artillery, whereas I've got lots and lots of infantry with this army. So without further ado, I'm just going to basically get straight into it and rush these poor souls. So in the middle I've got my dwarf, not dwarf, jeez, my orcs in the middle and goblins. So the front line is goblin spearmen. They'll take the brunt of it. I also have my war boss, Ulag, what is his name, is Ublag Backstabber, and a goblin big boss to assist. I also have my Durkit Squigs. They are injured from a previous battle. Like I said, this is just a little bit ahead, but we should be able to easily win this. And if we win this, because it's a subterranean battle, the whole army will be destroyed and lost to the darkness. So hopefully my goblins will act as a meat shield and then let all my other boys in with a fighting chance on the flanks. So make sure they're all up there, and I'll push play and let's get into it. I don't want to hang around too much because they have a lot of grudge throwers and they do a lot of splash damage. I also have this item called the Helm of Discord, which will help me when I try and take out their hero with my two heroes, so hopefully I'll use that. So there's a big dip in here, and if I was a player I would have lined up my infantry just as I reached the front, but the AI is kind of dumb in some respects, and they should have basically been throwing their artillery as much as they could at me. But hey, you know, that's the AI for you. You can't always be perfect. Here come the grudge throwers. So what I want to do is tie them up as fast as I can with the goblin meat shield, and just let the orcs do their work on the back end. I'll keep my heroes, trying to use the aura of influence to keep them as healthy in morale as possible. So the Durkits are in it just to keep the grudge thrower occupied, and then I'll pull them back because we don't want them in the combat for too long because they are weak. They are incredibly fast. So we place our ability onto the leader, and now here comes the hammer. Good idea what's going on. Front line fighting off goblins, and my war boss is fighting the hero, and so is my goblin big boss. And of course we have our orcsies fighting over here, and at the back here we can see I'm just cleaning up the rear. And over here, more orcs. Because that's the thing about orcs, they just keep coming. And now we won. That's it, we broke them. And a nice little surround there. Getting absolutely massacred. And I'll show you the campaign right after this. So, welcome back, and this is the campaign map so far for turn 14. So that's quite a lot more turns than I expected. So anyway, I've taken the Crooked Fang Fort, but it's in turn going to rebel soon. That battle that I proposed caused this province to rebel before, and I had to send that same army to quell it, but now it's still angry. But I got a war over here, so I'm going to send that over to Grimgore, and that'll do some dirty work for me right there. And over the other side, we've got Karak Asgil, which I'll be sending my main force. However, if it does rebel, then I'm going to have to deal with that. Over to the left, we have Bitterstone Mine, which I've quelled another rebellion. So it's not as bad. And I have Snazdrog with lots of goblins, and he is a war boss. And his current status of fightiness is 46, so it's actually quite good. He could potentially have a war. I also made a confederation with the Scabbii, so now I control Doc Karaz and Barak Dor, what is it, Dower's Bag, but because of the confederation, the obedience goes downhill. And finally, Iron Rock was sacked a few moments ago by none other than, what's his face? Where is he? Thorgrim Grudgebearer, which forced me to pull back Grimgore, which is going to rebel as well. So it's full of rebellions going on at the moment. Trying to just crush them because I have a lot of territory that I've just conquered, and I just need to solidify it. But if I can take out Karak Asgul, that would get rid of these guys, the Red Fangs. And if I can kill this, Thorgrim Grudgebearer and sack, it will prevent my economy from collapsing, which at the moment it is at -200. But my treasury is at 1700, so I have a few bits to spare, but I need to keep this momentum going. This is going to be probably a determining battle at the moment, Varenka Hills. If I should win this, it would basically open up the entire north to me. And over here, the Pillars of Grungi by the Bloody Spears. I have a non-aggression pact with them, so they are gonna attack me. And the dwarves are fighting on two fronts from 2 different factions as well, fighting against me. So if I go and look at the map, you can see. If I show you the attitude, the ones. If I filter out for you, just the attitude is quite yellow for the middle, and this is the diplomatic thing. So yeah, I'm also friends with the Bloody Hands, but we can see all around me are enemies and other factions. And also, if we look at obedience, it's completely red. So yeah, I need to do something about that. However, I don't have to worry about chaos corruption or vampiric corruption. So yeah, and the diplomatic status, as you can see, also surrounded by enemies, because no one loves orcs. So yes, if we go back, we can start this battle and determine the fate of this campaign. So I have my Black Orcs, as usual, some nasty Skulkers, which are amazing at rear flanking because they have armor piercing, so really good against units like this. The Hammerers, as long as they're not getting attacked, they can basically pick them off from behind. A wall of Orc Boys and Goblins, Archers galore, my Boar Boys, and 4 units of Wolf Riders, which should be able to take down their Quarreler line if I'm not too bad. Also, the Mangy Marauders, which got armor piercing, which will be handy at fighting these guys. Their regiment renowned, the Warriors of Dragonfire Pass, which have unbreakable leadership as far as I'm aware. Yes, the Ruin of Stoicism makes them unbreakable. So the more I kill them, the better. And they also are backed up by the garrison here. But yes, if I should win this, it will be a glorious victory for the Orcs, a potential war for Grimgore, Ironhide, and open up the entire north of the Dwarf Realms for me to sack. So I've set up my deployment, and as we can see, we have Wolf Riders at the front, ready to do their business on the high flank. We have some Boar Boys with some nasty Skulkers in between that will come around the flank. We have also some boys, Archer Boys, and the main force led by Grimgore in the middle. We also have artillery superiority, which I forgot to mention, which means that dwarves are going to actually have to come to us instead of camping on their fat little hides. So Doom Diver will basically bombard their good units. I also have the Goblins here, protected also backed by the Black Orcs and some Archers. That's going to be a nice little flanker but going there. I also have over here in the corner more Wolf Riders and the Archers as well. So we have a lot of flanks going on, and the idea is to basically envelop these dwarves and just take them to town and kill Thurgrim Grudgebearer, because if he should fall, this army will crumble. So without further ado, let's get stuck into the war. So we just wait for that little red dial to go yellow so I can actually hit something. I'm gonna get you, Thurgrim, because I don't like you. You sack my settlement. Really, I should be targeting melee, but I don't like Thurgrim. You're gonna die. let's get this show on a roll. Mind the camera. There we go. And here we go. I'm just going to slow this down because there's a lot of guys here to control. I'm sure if you're playing online, you're like, oh, well, you shouldn't be doing that. But I am playing for fun, not for silliness. So yes, we have my flanks coming in as well. And Grimgore hitting Thorgrim with a massive amount of damage. And our infantry are in the combat. Nice walls. But they got to be careful because here come the flank of death. And I'm cleaning up all their archers. So let's play. Goblins running away. Oh well. It's a tight battle indeed. Oh. Can he do it? Can he win? No, he cannot. So for that, everything is going to go onto Thorgrim. The enemy lord is wounded. Well, that's good news, because I sure as hell think that Grimgore's gonna have to take a few days rest after this battle. I'll retreat my Doom Diver, because so just cleaning up the infantry. But I need to be careful. Because I need this melee down here actually. that was a close one. Really, I should have just left Grimgore not to do that and just picked him off with ranged attacks. But you know, this was a hard fight, and we have the north now, I guess you could say. Even my Black Orcs took a huge beating. But you know, the good thing about orcs is that they die, and then you don't have to pay for them afterwards. So yes, let's look at the amount of money I will accumulate. So I got 2,600 from fighting that. It was a horrific victory, which I was expecting, but we did take out their best units and their personal bodyguard out of the game. I'm thinking we should just sack this place and call it a day, and then just occupy it. So he becomes the looter, which is cool. So you get these traits for doing silly things like that. You also upgrade it, so if we upgrade... no, that's a boring one. Ammunition +3 for missile infantry units, that should be okay. Or we can get hatred, which is weapon strength +15. His weapon strength is like 450 anyway, so probably going to go the shooters so I can get more leadership on these guys, because I need that. Okay, and I'm going to occupy. Obviously, Velrinka Hills is needs some idols, because why not?
Let's go.
And then what we do is, while Grimgore is healing, we combine these stacks.
Ready for murdering.
Because they will bring my economy to line. So you just have a look at the top screen.
Gork's fist.
Gently, it will.
Ready.
Probably
Despair involve fighting.
we can get rid of a few units as well, so
Let's go.
I would probably get rid of these guys and hire another one, and probably get one more unit of Orc boys as well. That should be enough. Lastly, we are going to attack Baragabar in the next episode. But yes, I hope you enjoyed that. We shall see what happens over here too. And why not? We can upgrade that later, but we'll see. Yes, I should upgrade that. Alright, thanks for watching, and subscribe if you're liking this, and leave a comment. Cheers.
Play! Fight!